So I found myself that once I once I realized, okay, well, obviously I can swim upstream and try to pretend that things are normal and be like they were before. They're not, obviously. So I need to adapt. And then you said, okay, well, I'm gonna do the best I can within this situation. And then you start finding things to, to allocate your time to things that you always wanted to do, but you never had the time to do. And so, you can find more time to spend with friends, maybe, or more time to work on some hobbies, or more time to,
More time to join a new religion.
yeah, more time to read, more time to, yeah, I mean, even educate yourself on certain things, so on that side, I think it's been a little bit of it's been a good thing, really. I mean, I don't know if it weren't because globally the whole world came to a pretty pretty drastic stop. Because if it's just you feel like you stop, you're falling behind, and you need to keep going and going and going just to keep up with everything. But if you find out that the whole world is coming to a pretty significant stop, and there's nothing you can do but keep going yourself. I mean, you can try to be flexible and everything, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do the best of the best I can within this situation. Just to adapt. And so, in that sense, I've done things this year that I probably wouldn't have been able to do any other time unless something like this happened. And I'm sure everybody has similar experiences, whether it's you have more time with your family, or you have more time to read, or you have more time to dedicate to your hobbies, or you have more time to do sports, maybe, or you have more time to even just sit down and relax and think and assess your life. I mean, I know people that have really changed their goals for the next 10, 15, 20 years just because of what happened, because it gives you a new perspective, saying, okay, we're working on this, and all of a sudden things that are out of my control, all of a sudden change everything. So might as well just work on things that I can control and enjoy my days a little more every day, as opposed to look forward to retirement or whatever. I mean, a lot of people have.
One thing I did that switched was, can you make this bigger?
I'm trying to, but I don't know if he's responding to.
Just zoom in.
I need to. Oops, no, that's. There you go. Thank you. Just don't touch the call.
What was I saying?
No, I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. One thing that I did this year, you say like changing. I used to be a productivity
Maniac.
Yeah, freak. Where I'm like, oh, I want to maximize my day. Like I would have a calendar, like on my Google Calendar, like just
I know, like slots for
jammed
everything.
out. Just and it was a losing battle because you can never always anticipate exactly how much time something's going to take. So you slot half an hour for something and it takes an hour, and then it bumps the other thing, and this thing took 45 minutes when it was supposed to take 20 minutes. And you basically just lose the battle every day. And it drove me nuts. And now I actually do the opposite. I don't use a calendar. The only thing, obviously, I use a calendar for meetings and calls and stuff like that. But anything that's personal, that's not with another person, I completely don't use a calendar anymore. I ditched the calendar. My life is so much better. I'm more productive.
I know.
And happier. But also, especially because, like I said, like in the April, May, when things kind of really slowed down, because we had clients who obviously on the hospitality side, hotels were shut down,
totally
so
shut
they
down.
disappeared. And then even on the e-commerce side, even though e-commerce was kind of booming, lots of our clients, because they got all their stuff from China, they're like, we can't get inventory right now. So they just were inactive for like 2 months.
Right.
So like we just had a major slowdown for a couple months. In the beginning, I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I'm not being productive.
Right.
But then I was like, if you don't have anything to do,
I know.
You don't have anything to do. And I was like,
That's what
I started just reading books during the day. And I actually was like, this is great.
I know.
I was like, why wasn't I doing this before?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would change your perspective. I went from.
And now that we're much busier again, I actually, it's so funny how these things work. By not focusing on being productive, I mean, obviously I try to be productive, but not hyper optimizing my productivity, I'm so much more productive. I literally, I mean, what used to be 40 hours of work for a week for me now takes me 10, 15, and I get the same amount of work done. And my life is so much better. Like I'll go in the middle of the day and I'll just read for an hour if I want to, or I'll do whatever. I'll take a break and just go drive around because especially because we're working from home, I'm in the house all the time. But it's like, oh, I can do these things. I don't need to hyper optimize my day.
I don't know if some people may not have a choice. You have a typical job.
And the last thing I was gonna say is when I stopped hyper optimizing, I just feel like in the last 6 months, my thoughts I have so much more clarity with my day to day of what I want to do, long term and short term. And when you remove yourself from the trying to be busy, like I used to be, I'm very guilty of like trying to be busy for busy's sake. And I completely ditched that. Right. I'm the opposite now. If I'm not busy, I'm not busy.
That was the badge of honor. Like you talk to people.
I'm busy.
How you doing? Oh man, so busy. It's like, like if you don't say you're busy, you're a loser. It's like you talk to somebody and says, hey man, how's it going? Oh my God, I have so much free time. I don't know what to do with it. It's like, oh wow.
I know.
It's like it's like nobody will say that. Even if you have free time and you're doing nothing, you'll say, oh my God, it's like, oh, I'm all over the place. I'm so busy. Just hanging in there. It's like, what the fuck is that kind of life?
I know.
It's like, are you proud of that thing? Like you say I have free time. I've been kind of laying down in my pool or reading a book or whatever, riding my bike. Is that bad?
When friends want to like get coffee or something, I'll be like, yeah, just let me know when you want to go.